Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
A woman says her son was hit by a vehicle while riding his bike to school. She called our whistleblower hotline because she says the driver didn't call for an ambulance. Valley News Team's Joshua Piguero joins us live from the area in South Fargo where the incident happened. Now, Joshua, what have you seen in that area?
Callie, I can tell you that in the 45 minutes I've been standing here, what's at issue is that cars that are coming off the interstate. Now, I'm on 25th, I can say I'm on 25th Street South, and this is the Interstate 94 exit. This is the heading north side. And one of the issues I've noticed so far is when cars are turning, they're not looking right. They're looking left, and oftentimes it hits a pedestrian. And that's what happened with Jessica Gorza's son, who I spoke to earlier after she called our whistleblower hotline. She says that her son was riding bike yesterday morning at around 7:35 when he was hit by a vehicle. Apparently, he landed on the hood of the vehicle, and then the vehicle stopped, sending him flying. She says that he fractured his elbow, and luckily, if he did not have a backpack, his back would have been fractured. But she says that issue is that the person that hit her son never called 911, nor did he call police at all. And here's a listen, or take a listen to a conversation we had earlier.
When he got hit, he flew on the gentleman's hood. Then the gentleman realized he was on the hood, it slammed on his brakes, and he went flying off and landed on his back. If it wasn't for his backpack, it would have been a lot worse.
Again, Callie, I'm standing on 25th Street South off the Interstate 94 exit. This is when cars are heading, get off of this exit and are heading north. Coming up at Valley News Live at 5, I take a look at some of the crime data to see if there were other incidents that occurred within the past year. And also, I'll tell you if the cameras that are on these lights, if they actually work. That's coming up at 5. Reporting live in South Fargo, Joshua Piguero, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Joshua, for that live report. And for today's Top 4 at 4, a man was found dead in Itasca County. 39-year-old Timothy Dasovich was reported missing by family members last Tuesday. His body was found on Sunday in the woods southwest of Hibbing. The Itasca County Sheriff's Office thanked those who helped look for him. No other information about the death is being released at this time. And Fargo police are asking for your help finding a missing man this afternoon. Craig Rogers Milton was last seen on Thursday in Fargo driving his red 1999 Saturn with Oregon license plate. Craig was reportedly giving 2 unknown men a ride to Belcourt and hasn't been heard from since. He was last seen wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt. If you have any information on him, you are asked to call the Fargo Police Department. And a Minnesota man was injured after being pinned between a pickup and a silage wagon. The Stearns County Sheriff's Department says the accident happened when 2 men tried to hitch the wagon to the pickup. Deputies found the 58-year-old man with serious injuries on his legs, and he was flown to the hospital in St. Cloud. No word on how he's doing right now. And a crash involving a MAP bus and a car shut down an intersection in downtown Fargo today. It happened around 10:30 this morning at the intersection of NP Avenue and 4th Street North. Scanner traffic said fluids leaked from at least one of the vehicles, but thankfully no one was hurt. That's a quick look at today's Top 4 at 4. Now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for our first alert forecast.
Oh, what a way to start the season of fall with some summer-like weather as we take a look at our Valley Skycam looking across the canopy of trees. A little bit of color starting to break out in the FM area, but not quite like it is for our neighbors out in Lakes Country. Take a look at these temperatures right now. Moorhead has 88 degrees recorded out at their airport, 85 in Fargo, 86 for Grand Forks. Those 80s extend all the way in to Bemidji for Babe the Blue Ox. We have a cool front poised to our northwest, and there will be changes heading our way as we go through our Wednesday. But for this evening, get out and enjoy the light winds. The crystal clear skies and temperatures in the 80s through sunset will cool off, but not too quickly. Overnight, though, we're going to see a change, and we'll have north winds by the time we rise and shine in many areas. So we're going to have some big-time changes for some of our viewing area on our Wednesday. I'll have hour-by-hour details on what you can expect with regards to rain showers, wind, and temperature, all that will be changing tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Hutch. We look forward to it. And in Minnesota, the Department of Health is reporting 513 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 10 new deaths linked to the illness. In North Dakota, there are 266 new cases, along with 3 more deaths in the state. The death toll now sits at 196. The total number of deaths nationally has officially reached 200,000. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz stopped by a Moorhead Elementary School today as part of his effort to tour schools across the state. Walz visited outdoor classrooms and talked with kids and teachers, sharing his story of being a 4th grade teacher. But he also addressed the violence happening in the Twin Cities. According to a report from the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, Minnesota saw an increase in violent crimes last year.
Minnesotans and Americans in general, you deserve to feel safe in your community. Everybody safe across the spectrum. And when we're seeing spikes in this, we need to get at the heart of what's causing it. And then we need to make sure that those folks who are committing these crimes are caught, prosecuted, and of course, pay their debt to society.
Walz next stop was St. Cloud, and he stressed the need for Minnesotans to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart to help stop the spread of COVID-19. And Election Day is 6 weeks from today, and today is National Voter Registration Day. Facebook says it's helped about 2.5 million people register so far this year through notifications including Instagram and Messenger. Facebook's goal is to register 4 million people this year. This week, the company launched a new campaign to encourage people to visit its voting information centers to ensure their vote is counted. Google's Doodle today will also help users sign up to vote. And North Dakota is launching a voter information campaign. If voters don't want to go to the polls on Election Day because of COVID-19 or other concerns, you should know your options. That includes early voting or voting by mail. The North Dakota Secretary of State will be making an official announcement sometime tomorrow. And a 95-year-old Minnesota woman is crossing something big off her bucket list. Jean Heiner's husband was a World War II pilot. After the war was over, she helped him restore a plane, but never got to ride in it. John Lauriston shows us how decades after waiting, that finally changed.
His head was in the air most of the time, so I would say.
Jean Heiner means that affectionately and literally. In World War II, her late husband Jim flew 25 missions in Europe.
Dad was willing to share his stories.
Stories that happened because he learned to fly with a PT-19 trainer plane. After the war, Jim and a friend decided to buy the same kind of plane and restore it. Jean helped by stitching fabric on the wings. You helped get this back in the air, so to speak.
Oh, yes. Oh, my, yes.
But sadly, she never got to ride in it. Life got in the way. Jim's partner bought him out, and his son Kirk says the last time the plane was in the air was September 20th, 1990. 27 years later, Jim passed away on September 21st, 2017. Fast forward a year, in fact, a year to the date his dad died. Kirk got a call that his father's old PT-19 was damaged in a tornado. The owner asked Kirk if his family wanted the plane back to restore it yet again.
I figured that would be a great thing to do. Very interesting, fun thing.
With memories of his father all around, Kirk brought the PT-19 back to life. His first passenger was his mom, who finally got her flight, one that had been delayed for decades.
I had friends say, oh, I'd be afraid to do it. It was solid. I had no fears.
At the age of 95 plus, you are still looking for a thrill.
Oh, yes. That's what keeps you going.
That, and knowing Jim would be proud.
I know he's looking down, grinning, very happy.
In Dodge Center, John Lauriston, WCCO 4 News.
Jean says that won't be her last flight in the PT-19. She's looking forward to going up again soon. And President Trump said he'd have us a new Supreme Court nominee by the end of the week, and now we have a date. That's next on Valley News Live at 4.
And it was an equinox today. The autumnal equinox sunrise happens exactly in the eastern sky. Beautiful this morning, and it's been a summer-like day. Big changes on the way for the rest of the week, and I will have your forecast right after this.